Well, Shay, we got that's great news, but we got two huge, epic, massive showcase games. Don't even know where to start, but I'm just going to go to Tuscaloosa, Shay. Number 12, Ole Miss, on the road at number 1, Alabama, favored by 14.5 points. The over-under, I love this, Shane, 79.5. Woo! Last season, Alabama won 63-48. There was no over-under was safe from that one. And, man, I don't know. What can you say about these? I mean, two of the best offenses in the country, two of the best coaches in the country. Who do you like in the SEC on CBS game of the week, according to CBS?
Well, it's going to be a hell of a game, Mike. I mean, I'll tell you that right now. And Lane Kiffin fired up. I don't know if you saw him. Did you see the PTI thing? Oh my God, he is. He cannot let it down. He just cannot believe that they made fun of Lane Kiffin. So I don't know, man. Lane, you got that's rat poison, and you're getting sucked into this thing. So I'm telling you, this is going to be a great game. And Ole Miss, what I love about Ole Miss, for starters, I'm always afraid to bet the under, which I'm counting my score here, and I'm like, shit, I'm under. So you just don't know what's going to happen because these guys can score at a drop. I think of the LSU Tigers from a couple of years ago, man. I mean, just that defense is so damn exhausted because the offense is scoring less than 3 minutes, and that's what Ole Miss is capable of doing. And they're capable of doing it against Alabama. I know a lot of people think that's crazy, but it is true. They have got a Heisman contender slinging the rock back there with Matt. They got another Heisman candidate on Alabama's side. I get that. And I think my biggest concern is when this does become a shootout, can they keep up? That's what I want to know.
Right.
But then you take a step back and you're like, well, it is Alabama. Let's don't get too carried away here, because everybody, don't get me wrong, Mike. I hate when teams just win all the time.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm right.
The New England Patriots did it for a while. The Yankees did it for a while. It's like Alabama's been doing it since I was, third grade, I think it feels like sometimes. But I'm just tired of it. I'm ready for someone to dethrone the Crimson Tide. It ain't going to happen this week, Mike. I've tried playing these numbers in my head and trying to, pretend how I feel the game flow is going to go. I think Ole Miss is a fantastic offense, a great team. They're going to win a lot of games. But it's so tough to do something that's never been done. None of Nick Saban's proteges have ever beat him. And to think that it's going to happen this week when you're looking at the talent on both these rosters, I can't do it. So I've got Ole Miss covering the spread, but losing the game. Alabama 41, Ole Miss 27.
Ooh. Breaking hearts all over the state of Mississippi, Shane. Matt Corral. I might get him on this podcast $10,000 an hour just to cuss you out, Shane. Matt, I think he is the best quarterback in the SEC. Bryce Young, probably not far behind. I think it was an interesting question you had there because it was the same one I asked on our last episode, Chris Marler. Can Bryce Young win a shootout with Matt Corral? He said he didn't think so, and I'm kind of right there with him. Bryce Young will get better as he gets more and more experience, but that is going to be a danger. I would certainly think Bill O'Brien's going to try to, play some ball control, try to, limit the touches Lane Kiffin's offense has in this game. That could be a key to victory for the Crimson Tide. I'm still just not yet bought in on this Alabama defense. I know Will Anderson's great. They've got some Malachi Moore's great. They have outstanding players. I'm not sitting here saying they got a bad defense, but I think Georgia's defense is a lot better. I even think A&M's defense is better. So I don't think the Alabama defense quite living up to the hype. They need to prove it this weekend against a red-hot Ole Miss offense. Ole Miss has got 2 weeks to prepare for this thing. How does that play a factor? Kiffin seems to, he keeps suggesting that it's going to hurt him. I wonder if he's playing a little possum here. I think given the fact that I know Ole Miss, the teams they've played, it's not been that impressive, but I also think that leads me to believe that the Rebels are going to be breaking out stuff Alabama has not yet seen on tape. Now, on the flip side, this Ole Miss defense, I don't think they get enough respect for what they are, Shane. I mean, they're not trying to be the Georgia Bulldogs. They're just trying to be a bunch of teams that'll hit you right in the mouth and force turnovers, and they don't need them to be elite with this offense. They just need them to be capable, and I think they will be capable in this football game, but I cannot wait to see it. Like you said, Shane, Nick Saban never lost to a former assistant. How about this stat, Shane? I'll do you one better. Alabama has never lost at home in the month of October under Nick Saban, and he's been there damn near forever, like you said, since third grade, it feels like. But guess what, Shane? 14.5 points, that is way too much to cover, kind of like you said. I'll go one step further, brother. Ole Miss outright goes into Tuscaloosa, beats Alabama 48-45. Lock of the week. Lane Train. He's going to break the streak, Shane. And I love the fact that you mentioned that Michael Wilbon PTI thing. And it was weird. I think it was brilliant. And it's something I said on the show. I think he did that, because it's the perfect thing. Guess who's not talking about Matt Corral? Guess who's not hyping up Ole Miss? All the attention is on Lane Kiffin and Mike Wilbon, something that doesn't matter a damn bit when it comes to this football game. But it's Lane Kiffin deflecting from all the pressure and all the heat, and everybody wants to talk about that nonsense while Matt Corral and company put in the work. So I think Alabama is slightly overrated. I think they're going to lose a game, maybe two this season, and the first one comes Saturday on CBS.
Damn. I'm thinking about that 3:30 game. Well, so this is at Ole Miss. No, it's at Alabama. Oh, okay. Nick Saban's got COVID again. No, he's going to be there coaching. Yeah. Are we talking about? Yeah, okay. So Matt Corral's going to come all the way in there, and they're going to beat these guys. So, man, that's a bold call, Mike. I tell you what, that is a bold call.